Cancer, I'm so excited for you. I got some messages here that came through. They're quite beautiful. I got some cards out. There's 3 distinct messages, and I'm sure they all flow together. So the first one is that you have heightened intuitive acuity, is what I heard. Intuitive acuity. So your clear thinking when it comes to your intuition, your mind and your intuitive body are working as one. You have heightened psychic capacity at this time. There's something very clear. Okay, so don't question yourself, because those clear downloads are just in time for you. They're meant to be here right now. You're a clear channel, or there is a clear channel that you're tapping into. The second thing is a little bit deeper, a little bit treading into a territory that might feel a little bit harder. There's something about generational energy that you are encountering in some sense. You may not know that this is generational in nature, or it's a childhood memory of yours that it seems to be coming in and out. So you may not be sitting in this energy at all times, but there could be waves of this kind of heavier energy that flows in. Spirit wants to talk to you about that. And then there's also a message about love. Okay, I don't often get explicit messages about love. Generally, I just have a message about energy, and then you can take it however you choose to take it, which you definitely can still do that. But there is Venus here in your reading. There's the Lover card. And there's something budding, blossoming. You're entering a new season. This may be happening right now, or it could be coming up. And it feels right. It feels good. It feels empowering. Okay, Cancer? So I'm going to show you the cards, and then we will get into your reading. Okay, Cancer. So as you saw, you have copper here at the bottom, which the way I laid out the cards, it's like this is the culminating energy for you. This is where you're headed towards. And in the book, Kim Kranz, who created this deck, talks about how copper is something about a car for some of you. Some of you are getting a new car. Or there's something significant about your car. Maybe you'll meet someone around a car. Okay, there's Venus involved in the element of copper, or in the metal of copper. Copper represents the womb. It's also a metal that oxidates. You know, it turns this green-blue color if it's not polished regularly. And so there's a little bit in the book here that says maybe it's time to polish up. And it's interesting because I kind of polished up for you. I kind of dressed up a little bit for you. And so I feel like Spirit is saying, if you've been feeling in the doldrums, if you've been feeling like you're kind of just like a house troll lately or whatever, and you're not really feeling your full expression of your own Venus energy, your beauty that's inside of you, radiating outside of you, coming from the inside out. If you feel like you're missing something there, or you're wondering about your own attractiveness, there's something unfolding in your energy where you're going to feel that boost in confidence. And it comes from, well, where does it come from, Spirit? Where does the boost come from? 10 of Pentacles, from your wisdom, from your experience. And for some of you, it comes from your aging. A lot of you are, I don't really like this saying aging gracefully, because what's the alternative to that? So I think, you know, as you get older, Cancer, your wisdom grows, of course, and it shows in your energetic field. And those who are attuned to spirituality and energy and the quantum realm and things unseen, they can pick up on that wisdom. And that's what's so beautiful about this new season you're entering into. Some of you may be experiencing more wrinkles and more gray hair or something like that, but every line is a stroke of wisdom okay? Every line on your face, every gray hair, it's all beautiful. Okay, I got that for someone. And if you're super young and none of that's happening for you, that's cool, you know. But there is something about you maturing and getting older, and your wisdom and your experience with family. I'm hearing your own experiences with family that is really shining through right now. So polish yourself up in whatever way that means to you. Maybe some of you need to polish up a CV or a resume even. If you're looking for a switch in your life, that you're definitely entering a new season. We got the summer card, and this talks about something being in its full expression. And then the yellowing card is about aging. It's a process of becoming wiser, being able to heed the warnings that you see, and having that intuitive acuity. You're accurate with your intuition. But I feel as though Spirit is kind of saying you haven't been so accurate with the way that you're seeing yourself and your own Venus energy, your own attractiveness. And I'm really getting that word attractiveness, like you're attracting, okay? And it feels like positive attraction right now. So whether you are in a relationship, not in a relationship, not looking for a relationship, it doesn't really matter. This energy is around you, this energy of vivaciousness and sensuality, and I'm hearing tactility, like really enjoying your senses in the material realm around you. And some of the messages I got here is that the streets are coming alive. You see some magic in the ordinary. And I saw this vision. It kind of looked like somewhere in Europe, maybe. It was like cobblestone streets, but there was something that was just coming alive. Like all the people who are looking down at their phones, you know, suddenly lift their heads and they're like talking and they're engaging. There were these red shutters on windows I saw, a red door. It's like everything comes back to life. And I feel like all these people represent aspects of yourself, or maybe people in your life. Suddenly the distractions are gone, or the preoccupations with things that don't really matter, or even preoccupations with drama. All of that is being shut down and put away, and everything's coming back to life. There's so much more energy here in your environment. And then I got guidance from an elder, and I felt guided to draw this little tree, and this was before this card came out. So I feel like trees are definitely here for you. You know, they're spirit guides for you. I love a good tree hug. Do you? So maybe you want to hug a tree. I mean, come on. Why not? But there could also be an elder that you could seek guidance from, or you could look toward as a source of inspiration, or maybe even as a mentor on some level. What else did I get here? Okay, so the more difficult areas that came through are accompanied with the number 717. And then I saw this child, and the vision came out of nowhere, really. I was seeing all this stuff about the cobblestone street, and it was beautiful, it was great. And then I saw this child like reaching up for someone to pick the child up. And it was outside and there was sun, but somebody was not picking the child up. And it's like the child went from, you know, expecting to be held, to be picked up, to suddenly realizing that wasn't going to happen. And it felt pretty heavy when I saw this vision. And then I saw this man, he was faceless, had a big hat, and then the vision turned into black and white. And he kind of was like shielding the sun. I don't know who this man is. Maybe it's a guide. Maybe it's somebody in your life. It's a memory. But this is where I'm getting, this could be a generational memory. Maybe it's a memory of your mother. A memory of your mother. Interesting. A memory that your mother had. There's something going on here about that. I don't know if I just said this, but he had a wide brim hat. Faceless. I didn't get a negative feeling from this figure, but I did feel the hurt and the wounding from the child, which I think is you. Maybe you're both of these figures. I'm not sure. But that came through. So this must be related in some way to your sense of self and your own Venus energy. Because Venus is also the Empress, which is the mother. So maybe you've been spending a lot of time caring for yourself and your inner child that you haven't had time, or maybe an actual child, that you haven't had time to really polish yourself up and see that the world around you is starting to come back online. Things are alive again, okay? So let's get your cards out, Cancer, and see what else comes through for you. Let's see. Well, let's do some charms first. These could be little hints that this message is yours if you're unsure, or maybe they will make a message in themselves. So let's see. I'm hearing acuity again. You're accurate with your intuition. I feel like Spirit just really wants to tell you that again in case you're wondering. We have a lemniscat. It also looks like the number 8. The letter M, the letter K, the letter V, birthday, skull and crossbones. There could be something about Scorpio energy for some of you. A clock tower reminds me of London, England. The name Ben could also be significant, or there's just like a big monument somewhere that means something. It feels like a memory again. There's a keychain with 3 keys on it. Maybe this is 3 significant places you've lived. Or you have the key to 3 people's hearts. We have a cup here. Reminds me of the Ace of Cups. An elephant. Oh, that's interesting. I was shuffling this deck and I saw the elephant earlier. Memories. Generational memories. I feel like you could even be having dreams, and these are like, you know, coming from your DNA. They're genetic memories passed down to you, and you somehow, maybe you're transmuting them right now with your energy, or there's information in there that you're meant to receive. I also feel like you're breaking out of some kind of pattern when it comes to love that was in your family, or you have the opportunity to. What is this? Is this a perfume bottle? I think it is. Number 5? Number 5. Like a love potion. Did you ever see that movie? What was it called? I think it was called Love Potion Number 9. I can see the VHS. I know. I can see the VHS cover right here. It was like this woman had a perfume that she sprayed on, and it just attracted everyone. Yeah, attracted. Okay. It attracted everyone towards her. And at first it was great because suddenly she felt noticed and seen. And then it got overwhelming because a lot of people were attracted, and maybe even people that she didn't want to be attracted. I can't remember what happened in the end of the movie, but that's coming through now. So you do need to be aware of your attractiveness. Okay. Because you might attract more than you want. So what's the message there? I also have the letter R. What's the message there then? The 6 of Cups in reverse. Some of you might be attracting past energies. And advice. 5 of Wands in reverse. It's probably best not to entertain these, as there's conflict that's already there. So if there's conflict that's already been established in a connection, in a relationship, then you're going to have to be in conflict. And potentially you'll be able to sort things out, but it feels like now's a more opportune moment for you to attract something that feels, well, I'm seeing that child again, that feels like you're being held and loved and cared for, and not one that you have to fight for. Fight to be held, you know? It's interesting. Okay. I'm hearing Victor, Victoria, maybe? Something like Ramad, maybe? Okay, let's get into your messages, Cancer. What are the energies supporting Cancer at this time? The Bee that came through for Scorpio. as did the yellowing card. So maybe this is something going on with the water signs. You're working. But I also feel like this is queen bee energy, regardless of your gender. Yeah, all the bees are attracted to you. They're out there collecting the honey and bringing it back to the hive. Oh boy, Cancer. And if you're like, well, I've been married for X amount of years and I'm not looking for anything, maybe this is other kinds of forms of love, like new friendships that have love in them, or opportunities that you'll love. Get creative with how you interpret this, you know, or don't. It might not be your message. Up to you. So let's see the challenge. Actually, give me one more. Tell me more about the bee, Spirit. Tell me more about this bee. I'm hearing be kind. The turtle in reverse. Yeah, everything's buzzing and picking up quickly. Whatever was slow moving before, your love life, your job, your desire to improve yourself in whatever way, whatever was moving slow or was stuck and stagnant is now really buzzing quickly. Your wings are moving so fast, they're imperceptible. They're imperceptible. What does that mean? Hold on. Ace of Swords. Part of what might be challenging about this energy is that people are so attracted to you, they're not exactly sure why. Okay? And maybe they have a hard time articulating what it is they want from you or why it is they're trying to connect with you. And that would be a little bit strange. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see the challenge for Cancers. What's the challenge here, Spirit, for Cancer energy? The mouse in reverse. And the Ten of Swords. Don't run away. Okay, this is interesting because that movie, Love Potion number 9, I do specifically remember her running and all these people following her. The streets are coming alive. This could be a little bit overwhelming, but maybe you need to sort through and weed through all of these offers or opportunities or energies to find, you know, the little gold pearl here. The love that you're seeking and looking for. Maybe this is even love within yourself. But the mouse in reverse and the Ten of Swords, I mean, this is a mouse trap. One second. Oh, mousetrap. Maybe you feel like something's a trap here. Is that it? Mousetrap. Tell me about this, Spirit. I feel like Spirit's giving me like little messages here. And then it's like, okay, go further. And then another, and then I have to clarify, and then another clarification. And this is part of the energy. Maybe this is like, you have intuitive acuity, meaning you're accurate and you're right, but perhaps it's coming in like piece by piece, and you're used to kind of seeing the full picture. So you have to follow your intuition and follow the little clues and signs. Ask for clarification from Spirit. It's like first you have to think something through before moving to the next step. The forest. Yeah, it's like you can't see the forest through the trees. It's like you're seeing each tree individually. The tree, the summer. Interesting. What did I write beside the tree? I think that was your, guidance from an elder. So maybe you want to ask somebody that you trust, maybe someone who's a little older or has elder vibes about the people that you're coming across. You know, talk it out with them, see what they think about different opportunities. Because there's something here where it feels like you're a little bit wary. And perhaps last time you polished yourself up, it didn't go so well. the child memory. So perhaps, yeah, for some of you, your hesitancy or your fear is linked to childhood trauma and wounds, which is usually the case, right? And oftentimes we misplace that fear and that pain that we experienced in that moment at that time that we've been carrying forever, right? We misplace that energy onto a new, fresh situation because we are only seeing it through that lens of trauma. This is interesting. I think this is a download for you too, because earlier I was getting some messages around this. So many people act from a space of unhealed wounds and unhealed trauma without even realizing it. When we take a moment to stop, reflect, and assess our feelings and our knee-jerk reactions to something or our fears, we begin to slowly heal ourselves and become more aware of whether we're acting out of a place of unhealed wounds or an ascended place. But you need that pause, which is why these messages are coming in like piece by piece, because you need to pause, then evaluate, and then proceed, and then pause. Okay, so this is important for you in some way. I'm getting this message here that in the past, you could have had a lot of energies around you, okay, attracted to you, but the one energy that you were attracted to didn't respond to you in some way. And you may feel like that's kind of happening again, but it's different. There is something exciting here, okay? So let's see. We got the golden egg and the beaver. So someone's going to have to work hard for your love, eh, Cancer? Maybe that's fair. But that's your energy. Well, if you want my golden egg, you're going to have to put in the work. And the beaver is constantly working. You know, when they hear a leak in the dam, they go and they fix it right away. They don't wait. So maybe your expectations of love or friendship or whatever it is for you are they possible for someone to actually do? Maybe. This is a point of reflection for you. What are you asking from a lover or a friend? What are your expectations? And why? Why are they your expectations? That's the more important question. Why does this beaver have to work around the clock? Or why do you want someone who's like that? What will that prove to you? What does that do for you? And are you expecting yourself to do the same or nah? All right, Cancer. Now, I know you know how precious you are because you're showing me. I'm the golden egg, Andy. And it does require somebody special and somebody who is willing to put in the work to be with you. And the work, put in the work, is basically what you decide that's going to mean. But for me, it would mean somebody who is self-reflective. And when there's a difference between you and this person, they're willing to talk it out or talk it through or try to understand your side and where you're coming through rather than simply just turning their back and thinking that they're right about everything. Okay? I also feel like you don't want to play a cat and mouse game here with anyone, and nor should you. Okay, so let's see what you don't see coming for Cancer. The Hierophant and the Mother of Wands in reverse. This is interesting. This is somebody, yeah, they're attracted to your beauty, okay? But it's a different kind of beauty than what you think even. It's that wisdom. It's even like maybe they're attracted to the way that you are maturing. How do I explain it? I almost feel like this person or these people or whatever, it could be a job, right? Whatever it is that's attracted to you, I feel like this is kind of interesting energy. I don't get these messages often, but it's like they respect that you're giving them a challenge in a sense, but also I feel like they can kind of see, how do I say that, Spirit? Well, they're going to kind of play into whatever it is that you're asking, but not out of a place of desperation. It's just like, okay, this is what it's going to take to get on Cancer's friend list or Cancer's dating list or whatever, you know? Like, this is what it's going to take, and then I'll just do this thing. But they can see that you're going to eventually soften up in some way. Okay, this is a very... I like this energy, actually. They feel pretty mature. But I feel like one thing that might be missing here is a lack of an awareness of why you're acting the way you are, or why you date the way you do, or why you conduct your friendships the way you do. And maybe they don't need to know right now, but that you might feel as if they should know, but they're not a mind reader. They might not have that intuitive acuity like you do. What an interesting reading, Cancer. Let's see the opportunity. The Empress and the Deer, and they came out in reverse, and I feel like this is that mother wound, or that wound, it could be a father wound too, but it's like about not being picked up, not being held, something overshadowing your needs. That's something was overshadowing your needs at some point. Okay, and the opportunity is to break through that obstacle and that block, that wound that has been holding you back or coloring the way that you're seeing the potential for relationships and love. You know, trauma makes us wiser if we can learn from those lessons. It gets us to really know ourselves at a deeper level and know others. But it also injures us and can skew our perspective. And we can begin to create stories in our mind or see things from a distorted lens. And it's only when we really address those older wounds that we've been carrying that that lens begins to clear up. And we can see that, maybe I was just projecting something onto that. Or maybe it's not that bad. Or maybe it is, and I know it now, but I don't need to, get myself entangled with the what ifs. I just know and I can move on. Okay, so there's something like that that's happening for you. Okay, let's see what is challenging you, Cancer. It's interesting. 2 cards have come out for each placement, and I think this again speaks to this like coupling or this coming together that I'm picking up on. And as I say that, 1 card falls out, and this is the challenge. The Scorpion. I told you there's Scorpio energy in your reading. So maybe you got stung by someone. Okay? And Scorpio in its shadow side. Okay, Scorpio can be a beautiful energy, but it also has a shadow side like every single sign. In the shadow side, Scorpio energy can sting you when you least expect it, okay? There can be resentment or secrets. And when a Scorpio or Scorpion stings, it hurts. Okay, so whatever the challenge is for you, a past relationship or a past way of encountering love, it wasn't fun. Okay, it stung. And I feel like you didn't see something coming at some point, and that lives on within you. Tell me more about this challenge. The Hangman. This has caused you to pause, to freeze up a little bit, to try to protect yourself. You want to make sure that you have the right perspective before you open yourself up, which is a good idea. But something about like, how are you going to get that perspective? Let's see. The Star in reverse. Yeah, there's some healing that needs to happen before you can get the perspective on someone or a situation or love in general that is more clear and accurate. I feel like I'm losing you, Cancer. Like the energy, your energy seems to be slipping kind of back. I feel like this part of the reading might not be something that you want to encounter right now or comfortable for you. The sustainer, you're trying to sustain or hold on to a certain energy, and this part of the reading might be feeling like it's pulling you somewhere else. Sometimes when we encounter the uncomfortable things, sometimes, not always, it's just exactly what we need to face. You know, when we feel uncomfortable, that's kind of what we need to be discussing, or that's kind of what we need to be facing, rather than trying to run away from it. But then if something just doesn't resonate, it just doesn't resonate. But there is a past here in which you got stung, and there is some healing that still needs to happen. And I think it's just you understanding how your past, whether it's your own past or your parents' past or your parents' past, your grandparents, you know, I think there's some realization here that you're coming to about the ways in which those experiences are coloring your perspective on what could be, or how attractive you are or attractive you're not, or, you know, your ability to get into union with someone. So it's almost like you need to remember where your own thoughts and emotions are stemming from, and not to see them as exactly created by or caused by a new situation. Does that make sense? Okay, let's get some advice for you, Cancer. The Buffalo. I love this card. Look at this lightning in the back. Look how strong you are. Out there chilling in the storm. There's something very magnetic about your energy. And I also feel like you're being a bit guarded and closed off. You're maybe cloaking your energy or shielding your energy right now. Well, when I see the buffalo, I always think about resilience. Maybe that's what's really attractive about your soul and your spirit, is your resilience. And so polish that up. Lead with that. Lead with your resilience. Go on that date and say, I'm going to let my resilience come through, rather than I'm going to do my hair, you know? If you lead with your resilience, you'll easily weed a lot of people out, okay? Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Four of Swords, Daughter of Pentacles in reverse, the Eight of Swords in reverse, and the Seven of Cups in reverse. Good, good. Okay, this is you taking a chance. This is you having an epiphany, a realization that something is actually new, this new energy, this new opportunity, this new love, all of these attractive forces coming towards you. This is an understanding that you get to choose. Nobody chooses for you. You get to choose. You've picked yourself up. You're holding yourself. You're at peace here, or you can be. And any fears that somebody is going to take advantage of you or get one over on you, or that they're going to be too immature and in time their true essence is going to be revealed and you're going to be so disappointed. All of those all of those thoughts that have stopped you from polishing yourself up in whatever way that means to you, you're putting that aside and you're saying, I'm not going to let that interfere and get in the way with my ability to move forward on my path through the frequency of love, sharing, and connection with others. The streets are coming alive. Okay? I love this, Cancer. Okay, this is happiness. This is trust. You know, this is not feeling jaded anymore. Parking that feeling where it belongs, okay? And it's valid, okay? I understand why you feel that way. But it doesn't belong in this new season where all these energies are presenting themselves to you. And there's a Hierophant here. And I believe this is the other person. Maybe they have Taurus in their chart. You seem to get along with Taurus for the most part. Not always, but typically Cancer and Taurus energy get along. So maybe it's a Taurus or someone with strong Taurus placements. They could be a little bit older than you. They could be a guide, a mentor, or maybe that's just who they are in general. They're a straight shooter, okay? They're not going to feed you some bull crap. Interesting. Some bull crap. They're not going to feed you some bull crap. They're the buffalo, actually. Okay, Cancer, I'm going to go into an extended reading for you. In the extended, we go a layer deeper into this. I'm going to get more specifics. I'm going to find out more about this energy that's coming towards you. If you would like to go to that, link is in the description bar below. If box bar, whatever. I feel like that's a message for someone. Maybe you want to change up your routine or change up the places that you visit so that you can encounter new energies. If you don't want to go to that or you can't, then just trust that you got the info, you got the deets right here, right now. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.